Hi friends, and welcome to Intention, where we focus on tarot reading and other esoteric topics. And today we have a pick a card reading where we're going to discuss ways you can strengthen your friendship. So important ways to increase those bonds with connections with the people around you, and different things you can focus on around how to make those connections really strong as you move forward. If you're new to pick a card readings, I'll take just a moment to explain how this style of reading works. Today's message is going to arrive in one of four groups, either from group 1 with the smoky quartz, Group 2 with celestite, Group 3 with green apophyllite, or Group 4 with the aragonite. Take a moment, you can pause the video if you need to, but choose the pile that you feel most intuitively drawn towards. Before we get started on the readings, I do want to remind everyone that tarot is a tool to help us think about the past, look at where we're headed right now and where we might be going in the future, but you're in no way fated by anything that you hear today. Everything's completely under your control, and your destiny is yours alone. To jump forward to your group section of the reading, go down to the description box and click the timestamp corresponding to your group. And with that, let's get started on the reading to discuss how to deepen your connections. Welcome Group 1, and thank you so much for joining us in today's Pick a Card reading. Before we get started with any reading, I like to begin by setting our intention. To do that, let's all close our eyes, take a deep breath, prepare yourself for a positive message, and then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we'll begin the reading. All right, Group 1, in your spread, we have the 3 of coins, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Knave of Wands, the Chariot, and the Knight of Coins. So a way to deepen your connections, really strengthen your friendships or your relationships in general, whether this is sort of a friendship or maybe even a love or career connection. I really want this reading to be based around whatever resonates with you. The thing you can do, sort of centering and grounding the reading with the Knave here in the center, is providing a little more inspiration. So this is a call for you to inspire the people around you, to really remind them of the limitless opportunities that are ahead of them, and make sure that you assist them however you can in letting things sort of move out of the obstacle positions in their lives. So a way to make sure that you're providing the inspiration and sort of the encouragement and pep talk that some of those people need. This card in particular points to that sort of you being that driving force and that initial spark that helps them realize that they can accomplish so many great things ahead of them. They may just need a little assistance, if you will, from you right now in understanding that that's something that they can actually achieve. In the 3 of coins over here in the past position, this feels like you've worked with them on a team before. Somehow maybe you guys are sort of in a career path together. If not, there's something that you and this group of people, your friends, whoever this might be, have accomplished together. So you may have started a business, you may have gone on a trip that took a lot of planning. There's something that connects you all that dealt with a lot of teamwork. So you guys had to think about collaborating. So you probably have already seen them in kind of, or at least been involved with them in more of an inspirational or sort of kind of a position where you were sort of rooting them on. You guys were all working together to accomplish some common goal. Right now with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse though, you and them are resisting a little bit of change. Something's happening in your life that might be unexpected, and you guys are looking for sort of a way to go. Maybe like a new direction, something is not feeling quite right. And so when that happens, we just kind of have to go with the flow and let things come to us and react in our lives in the way that they're going to present themselves. It's sort of like the Wheel of Fortune, the kind of karmic sort of situation has already started to flow. It's already turning, and you guys don't really have a lot of control and feel like maybe right now you're not quite sure what to do. So that goes hand in hand with the Knave of Wands and you providing that inspiration, maybe even a little bit of reassurance to understand that everything's going to be okay. So you can be that person to help kind of ground the group in this kind of tumultuous time you guys are in right now. The Chariot card in the advice position really means now's the time to move forward. It's time to take action on the things you guys are thinking about. So it's that inspiration. You're sort of spurring them on and saying, we can really do this. We can accomplish this goal that we have. This is going to work out for us if we just take the time to actually act on it and not get too caught up right now in just thinking that everything is going to be okay, but not actually taking any steps to make sure that that's actually where you guys go. The Knight of Coins in the outcome position is really about getting the results of that hard work and productivity with continued forward motion. So it's just a reminder and another emphasis on the Chariot that you guys need to continue moving forward and methodically towards those goals. Consistency is going to be key. So whatever's looking, that you guys need to accomplish right now, whether that's a career goal with your coworkers or whether this is sort of referencing something dealing with your friends for you guys, this is really about making sure you continue to move forward. So that inspiration that you're providing is all about forward movement. The whole theme of this reading, besides the inspiration for you, is about you guys making a big change. You're doing something really exciting, something new. And so you just need to make sure that you're helping them plan for success and that you're really emphasizing that you guys have to keep going. You can't give up when things get a little hard, things are going to be challenging, but you're there to provide that reassurance and encouragement that everything is going to be okay. The stone for your reading is smoky quartz, and that's all about providing kind of calm and clarity and even protection. So it's another emphasis on the Knave of Wands and that need for you guys to be the inspiration, the calming force, helping them understand that the goals that you guys have ahead of you are achievable. So this is a great stone to really remind you that you're supposed to be that grounding presence and that sort of spark of inspiration for them right now. So to sum up the overall theme of the reading for you guys, there's something going on in these connection groups that we're looking at, whether that's your friendships or your career, where you guys are feeling a little bit off right now. You're feeling like things are happening out of your control, that there's a lot of change going on and you're not quite sure where to go. But it's going to be your job in that situation to provide the encouragement that they need to know we got to keep going. We got to keep moving forward to make sure we get where we're needing to go. And you can get there. It's all achievable. If you provide that kind of encouragement and inspiration for them, you guys are going to get to the finish line together. It's all going to work out in the end, but they might need a little help right now from you and understanding that you've got the power within yourselves to really make it happen. And that's all I see in the cards for you guys today. But if you enjoyed today's reading, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leaving us a comment, and subscribing to our channel so you can join us for our future Pick a Card readings. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Welcome Group 2, and thank you so much for joining us in today's Pick a Card reading. Before we begin any reading, I like to start by setting our intention. To do that, let's all close our eyes, take a deep breath, prepare yourself for a positive message, and then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we'll begin the reading. So in your spread, we have the Knight of Wands, the Four of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Swords in reverse, the King of Cups, and then the Two of Wands in reverse. So a lot of delays, some kind of maybe pauses you're having in your life right now associated to this reading in general. But in the center, the Nine of Wands in reverse, this is really about inner turmoil and some negative thoughts that you're letting sort of swirl around within yourself right now. So a good way to provide some deeper connections with the people around you is to let go of sort of whatever internal negativity you're holding on to right now. It might be time to confide in someone and seek support as well. So I think for this reading, the way to sort of deepen these connections around you is to actually lean on and look for those connections. So right now is a time in your personal life where you may feel like you need to surround yourself with friends and family, people who can support you and really help lift you up. So a way to deepen that connection might be just to ask for that help or that assistance that you need right now. It feels like you might be a little bit hard on yourself at this particular moment. So instead of focusing on that, focus on ways to congratulate yourself when you've done really well. When you've accomplished something, you deserve to give yourself the credit for it. That's going to help you feel a lot more accomplished and satisfied within yourself. So naturally, the relationships with the people around you are going to be a little bit easier if you're not holding on to any negativity. It's kind of like when you shut down because something's going sort of wrong in your life and people around you will say, hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you sort of distant or you feel like you're pulling away from us right now? That sort of feels like the general energy. So if you guys can focus on ways to reconnect yourself with those people, that's going to deepen those connections themselves. The Knight of Wands in the past position is about really having a clear vision about what you want. So you were previously charged up and ready to go, thinking really clearly about something that needed to happen in your life. You may have made a really important decision about moving forward with a new job, with sort of doing something adventurous, something risky. This is a card that reminds us we can take on the world when we really put our mind to it. So it could be that you're thinking or you thought about being a little impulsive. So there are times when you may have like taken a risk. That could be why you feel a little insecure about what's happening right now, if maybe it didn't turn out quite the way it wanted to. But I feel like more it's about the Four of Wands, especially in reverse. It's about celebrating some personal things with the people around you. So you have accomplished some goals. What happened with the Knight of Wands, the new sort of step you took in your life, the risk, the kind of going out on a limb that you did, it ended up working out for you, but for some reason, you're not really celebrating that with other people. So you're keeping that win kind of private. This may be related to like a breakdown in communication or sort of something about the transition you felt like you couldn't really share with everyone. So it's another way to emphasize the Nine of Swords, that you need to lean on those connections of the people around you. They're going to celebrate you too. They're going to feel like that's something that they can also like lift you up with. And so it can make people feel good sometimes when, especially their friend does really well, they get the chance to celebrate and connect with them over that. So if you're feeling a little uncertain, try to reconnect with those people from a place of love and understanding. You might feel like right now, maybe they're going to be critical of you. Maybe these people initially did not approve of sort of whatever you had struck out to do on your own or whatever you were thinking about making that change on. Even though it worked out, they might not have been the most supportive at the time, but don't let that shy you away from really telling them, in a positive way, not in like an I told you so way, but in a positive way, that it did work out for you and they could take that time now to be happy and to celebrate that with you. The King of Cups in the advice position is about being emotionally balanced. So I think that even further emphasizes the fact there could have been like not a disagreement, but something about like what you've accomplished that you weren't quite ready to share with them for one reason or another. So within yourself, master your emotions, start to think about ways that you can keep like a cool level head when you're dealing with these people, especially in the future, because it feels like whatever happened, it's going to continue being a positive thing for you, the career or the change or whatever you did in your life that they were kind of hesitant about celebrating or you were afraid to share with them, it's going to continue on. So as you move forward, just keep your emotions balanced, come from a place of positivity, a place of love, and that'll continue to help strengthen those bonds and connections you have with this particular group of people. The Two of Wands in the reverse position at the end is sort of a cautionary tale about planning. So this is about figuring out what brings you joy and working towards that as an actual goal and making sure that you've planned the right way to get there. So I think that also is it's really tying into the rest of this about making sure that you have communicated things that you need out of this group of people to help you feel really supported. So in essence, I feel like the connection that you have with these people has sort of been a little rocky or strained because of whatever happened in the beginning, but that's not a bad thing. That's a positive thing because I think that they're going to grow with you and help you sort of be a little bit more planful. Maybe that's initially why they were hesitant in the beginning. It might not have been that they didn't support you. It just might have been that they couldn't really see the forest for the trees. Like they knew you wanted to do this thing, but maybe you didn't even really know how you'd get there. And it ended up working for you at the first time, but you need to make sure that you're really planful and careful in the future. And sharing those plans and sort of what you have in store with them might be a really good way to get their buy-in and get their sort of not approval because you don't necessarily need it, but get their support in an early way so that you guys don't actually feel any kind of conflict or turmoil. Like they're a part of the process with you so they can help support you along the way. If you have any challenges or sort of stumbles ahead of you, they'll be there to celebrate the good things with you, but also support you through the things that are a little bit more difficult. The stone for your reading is celestite, and that's a calming stone that's really all about connecting with your intuition. So it's another emphasis that you sort of knew where you were headed. You knew what you wanted to do, but maybe you hadn't shared that with the people around you. So when you have really strong intuitions like that, make sure to share them with people when it's appropriate. Really emphasize for them that you have sort of thought this through or you have a really good feeling about what's happening so that they can help support you along the way. So to sum up the overall theme and sort of what I feel about the connection with this group of people for you, it's all about letting go of those negative thoughts and feelings that you guys have right now and allowing yourself to celebrate with that group of people. Really putting anything about yourself that you're sort of being hard about yourself on the back burner, and saying, you know what, I can congratulate me, I can share that success with the people around me. So it's about letting go of negativity, but also about asking those people around you to celebrate and share in the good things that are happening in your life. They might feel a little disconnected from you right now because there was kind of a bit of a hesitation or some sort of break in communication around the good things that have happened in your life, but now's the perfect time to let go of any negative thoughts and really share that with them, so you guys can all celebrate the great things that you've accomplished. And that's all I have for you guys today, but if you enjoyed the reading, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leaving us a comment, and subscribing to our channel so you can join us for our future tarot card readings. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Welcome Group 3, and thank you so much for joining us in today's Pick a Card reading. Before we begin any reading, I like to start by setting our intention. To do that, let's all close our eyes, take a deep breath, prepare yourself for a positive message, and then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we'll begin the reading. All right, Group 2, in your spread, we have the Knave of Cups in reverse, the Queen of Cups, the Five of Swords in reverse, the Knave of Swords, and then the Seven of Wands. So right in the center of the reading, we've got the Five of Swords in reverse. So that's really providing the lens through which we're going to analyze and look at the general cards in the reading. And this is all about reconciliation, making amends for certain things that have happened in the past, maybe some things that were a little bit challenging. And so a way to deepen your connections with your friends or the people around you in general might be for you to sort of think about some ownership you can take on things that have not gone so well, and maybe apologizing or reconciling with them. So there might be some people who you've wanted a deeper connection with, but for some reason right now you're a little estranged. And so this card is a chance to really take ownership of whatever you did about that situation, whether you feel like it was your fault or not. You have some sort of responsibility in what happened. We all do in every situation that we're involved in general. So you want the conflict to end, and it's really about forgiving and forgetting and sort of restoring the connections you have with those people. So if you feel like conflict is following you and you continue to walk away from them, it really is about that old wound, examining that and saying, what can I do to make this situation between all this better? What can I do to strengthen that connection? And it really is about reconciling with them and taking a look at how you guys can move forward together in a super positive way. The Knave of Cups in reverse here in the past position is really about doubting your intuition and having like a need for emotional maturity. So you might have been keeping some things secret from these people. That might be kind of why you guys had a splitting in the beginning. There might have been things you felt like you couldn't share with them, and you were waiting until you took action or something sort of changed about the situation before you shared it with them, but they might not have appreciated that. So this might be about you kind of being more open and honest with them, trusting the intuition you have within yourself, of course, about whether or not you can share or how you should share that. But it feels like in this particular situation, there might have been something that you could have shared with them, and for some reason, there was a break in your connection because you weren't totally open and honest. The Queen of Cups in the current position is about that nurturing energy and providing a little emotional stability. So it is really a growth from the Knave position here, and meaning that you guys are kind of ready to share that compassionate sort of nurturing energy you have with these people. That might be a great way to reconcile. And another emphasis of why that might be super important to you right now, you're feeling that nurturing energy. You're feeling really supportive. You're feeling empathetic, definitely, to the situation that you guys were all in together. And you're looking for a way that you can bring that connection into a position of positivity, a way that you can provide a little bit more stability right now. So make sure you're super open to them. You're really receptive to what they have to say. And maybe you can pass on that feeling of kind of dual ownership. You can make them see that you might have had a hand in it by not being totally honest or not really sharing everything with them, but their reaction, they need to own that too, whatever sort of caused the initial split, and that can help you guys repair the relationship. The Knave of Swords in the advice position is really about some new ideas or some curiosity, some energy and enthusiasm coming your way. So that may be what you need to share with them. There might be something that you're super excited about and you thought to yourself, oh, I wish that these people or this person was still involved in my life, because that would really make this thing that's coming or what I'm doing now so much better and so much more enjoyable. And so share that with them. There's something that you're kind of planning for in the future. You're maybe exploring a new idea, a new path or perspective, and you want to share that with these people. That's kind of what is really headed your way, you want them to be involved in that with you. And so when you're sort of getting those new ideas or that curiosity for something is coming into your life and you feel like, you know what, I'm ready to go for this thing, I wish there was someone I could share it with, that could be a great time to sort of reconnect with those people and reconcile, because they may be the people who need to come along with you on that journey. Or they just might be a great person to share that new situation that you're in with. The Seven of Wands in the outcome position is about a challenge or a competition. It's also an enviable position. So this is about you working hard for what you want to get in your life. You're headed on that new kind of journey. So wherever you're going right now, or you feel like you might need to go, it's going to be super successful for you. You are going to have to work really hard. You could get a little criticism from people, and that might have been what the situation was here in the beginning with this particular group. But I think once you share sort of how you feel and you guys have reconciled, they're going to be super supportive of you and ready to help you not only get to this position, but they might really celebrate you once you actually arrive at the place where you're headed. Apophyllite was the stone for your reading, and that's really all about vitality and insight. So it is sort of a great stone to think about the Five of Swords in reverse, where you need to sort of reflect within yourself and get an ownership and an understanding of what you did to have this breakdown in the connection with these people. Definitely, like I said, two sides to every story. They've got an ownership they need to take for it as well, but you need to sort of reflect and look within yourself and think about the ways that you can help mend that old wound so that you guys can move together in a really positive way. So to sum up the overall theme of the reading for you today, it's really about repairing some relationships with some connections that have just kind of gone to the wayside. This is probably something you've been thinking about for a while. If it's not something you've thought about before, maybe you should take a minute in your life and really evaluate, are there connections with people that I wish were stronger? Is there someone that's not in my life anymore that I feel like I need to or I could reconnect with, and it might help me get some closure in the situation and maybe them too? So make sure you're taking that opportunity when it arises for you, because you are heading somewhere. There's some kind of big change happening in your life, something really great that you're going to work super hard for, but it's going to be a little challenging. So this group of people might be a great kind of group to have around you so that you can make sure you get there successfully and you have some support along the way, but also some people to celebrate that big win at the end with. And that's all we've got in the cards for you guys today. But if you enjoyed today's reading, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leaving us a comment, and subscribing to our channel so that you can join us for our future Pick a Card readings. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Welcome Group 4, and thank you so much for joining us in today's Pick a Card reading. Before we begin any reading, I like to start by setting our intention. To do that, let's all close our eyes, take a deep breath, prepare yourself for a positive message, and then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we'll begin the reading. All right, Group 4, in your spread, we have the Ten of Swords, the Moon, the Queen of Coins in reverse, the Two of Cups, and then the Ten of Cups. So the overall energy here in the center of the reading, the Queen of Coins in reverse, this is about the need for self-care. It feels like lately you've been really caring for other people a lot. You're super great at that, but this is a reminder that sometimes you need to look within and sort of focus on your own self and your energy, especially because you guys really enjoy giving a lot to other people around you. So a way to deepen the connections, even though this sounds counterintuitive, is for you to take a little time to work on yourself. Right now is a great time for you to do a little self-care, splurge on something that may be important to you, something that you can really enjoy. You feel like maybe you're not doing enough for other people, but really in reality, what's happening is you're giving way more than you need to give. Like I said, I know that's an important part of your personality and something you guys really enjoy and look forward to doing. It's just right now you might be doing a little too much of it. So it's one of those situations where we don't want to become resentful of something we like because we're doing too much of it, like that too much of a good thing adage. So it really is about sort of stepping back, taking a chance to work on yourself for a little bit, because you do have a strong connection with these people and they probably love that you're so supportive and you're such an amazing friend or amazing coworker, a great sort of love relationship, whatever this is resonating for with you. But it is time to kind of look at yourself and say, I've been neglecting myself for a minute, and now I need to kind of take a chance to give myself a little self-care and self-love so that the connections with the people around me don't get strained, and I can give them even more of myself in an appropriate manner when I'm able to take care of my needs first right now, because that's something you guys really need to focus on. The Ten of Swords in the past position is really about some painful endings or something that happened in your life that was sort of the severing of a connection with people, and that might be why you are giving of yourself so freely to the people around you. You don't want to lose those connections. This was probably something really sudden that happened. You picked yourself and you moved forward and learned to heal from it, but you're still sort of hanging on to the fear that that's going to happen with your other connections or relationships as well. So whether this is friends, coworkers, a lover, you're worried that that kind of dark place you got to in the ending that happened with whoever this was before is going to happen with them too. So you're giving a whole lot of yourself to maintain that relationship. And you don't really need to worry so much about that because you do, like I said, need to continue to focus on yourself. But this is really referencing your kind of worry and hesitation around not wanting that loss to happen with the connections that this reading is referring to in general. The moon in the current situation is really bringing attention that there's some sort of fears and anxieties that you guys have. So it really is referencing that kind of need for you to maintain those connections because you have a fear of losing them. So release fears and anxieties that are holding you back right now. That's going to allow you to have stronger connections with them. It's also going to give you the space you need to focus on yourself right now. That might be a reference also to the fact that you do need to look within, use your intuition, listen to your subconscious, what it's telling you about the things that you need. Make sure you're giving yourself the time and space to get that self-care or the things that you need out of your life so that you can have a stronger, better connection with those people. The Two of Cups in the advice position is about unified love or partnership. So this is about really creating a deep connection. I think that this is referencing the connection you have with the other people, but it is related to that Queen of Coins in reverse about being so deeply connected to yourself. So focus on making a deep connection with you. You've got a great, strong connection with these people. You don't need to worry about losing them all the time, but you are kind of losing the connection within yourself right now. So take some time, really love on yourself, think about ways that you can align with your higher self or what your true goals are in your life, and make sure you get the great things out that you need, not just ways to help other people get what they want in general. But the Two of Cups is about connecting and strengthening with the people around you, and it really is about that dual connection, like the two references, the coming together and the unification of two different sides. And so that is going to allow you to make a deeper, stronger connection with those people around you once you've given yourself some space to do that on your own. The Ten of Cups in the outcome position is about harmony in relationships and alignment. So this is really driving home the fact that once you've taken the time to sort of give yourself the space you need to grow and work on yourself, that is going to just deepen those connections with the people around you so much more. There's going to be a lot of joy, a lot of abundance of happiness, love around you, not just love from these other people and the connections that they have, but love within yourself, love of sort of where you're headed and who you are, a deeper connection with them, but also a super deep connection within you. The stone for your reading was aragonite, and that's all about balance and strength. So it really is referencing the duality that you have within yourself, the need you have to connect with other people, but creating that balance and giving yourself the ability to connect within as well, so that it makes sure there's a lot of harmony in your life when you're focused on other people and yourself at the same time. You're going to be a lot happier, and you're going to end up being a lot more whole once you're able to create that balance. Summing up the overall theme of the reading for you guys today, it's really about strengthening and deepening the connection you have within yourself. Even though that sounds kind of counterintuitive to the way you guys normally live your life, that's going to be really important in helping to strengthen the connections with those around you. You're headed to a place where you've got a lot of love and a lot of really sort of wholeness in your life coming your way, but it's going to be really important to create that balance between the things that you need and how much you give other people so that those connections are super strong and you guys all move forward appreciating and sort of giving thanks and gratitude for the connections you have together. So you really need to work on creating that sense of love and that sense of self-care right now so that you can deepen those connections with them further. And that's all we've got in the cards for you today, but if you enjoyed today's reading, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leaving us a comment, and subscribing to the channel so you can join us for our future tarot card readings. And with that, we'll see you in the next one.